It's No Shave November today at the Mike Sullivan Golf School.
So I have an excuse for this. Does anyone care, you think?
Probably not.
I'll say we're house sitting and I didn't bring a razor.
I'm interested in where that No Shave November thing came from.
It's convenient because I can get away with it, I guess, right?
Right. Me too. All right. So we are talking about beginner golfers or maybe seasoned golfers coming in here, and I know what I'm doing, but I just need an expert to tell me what I'm doing wrong.
So what I would say we're talking about here is one of the concepts of golf instruction. Feel is not real.
I'm doing this and that. I feel like my club is doing this or that. We get that a lot.
Or I'm doing this, I'm doing that.
Mm-hmm.
So to kind of dive into like the person who's the more experienced golfer, a lot of times, boy, when people come out for their first lesson or two, especially someone who's played golf for a while, they will tell me, oh, I'm coming over the top, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And I can't quit coming over the top, or I can't quit swinging too hard or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And what we do is we find that, first off, most people that I work with, you'll probably agree, they have bad alignment. So for most right-handed golfers that we come across, they feel like when they're lined up to hit a ball at the target, they're actually lined up way out to the right. So what happens to those people is they're lined up out to the right, and they're either lined up to the right because that helps facilitate some good shots when they come out to in swinging left, or they line up to the right because they just think that that's good alignment and it happens to just go along with the out to in. But in any event, people tend to line up too far to the right. Most people that we work with who are right-handed.
Right.
So once you get good alignment and then you get a correct grip on the club, then we're able to start seeing some balls that, you know, if it goes at the target, there's a lot of good things in the swing. When it doesn't go at the target, it's not so great.
So how would that be relevant for a beginner golfer?
So beginner golfers tend to think they're supposed to keep their head down, and they tend to think that they're supposed to lift the ball up in the air. So for a beginner golfer, it may not be as much as I feel I'm doing this, but I'm actually doing something totally different. For a beginning golfer, it may just be, they may need help with concepts. So one of the big concepts is we really don't need to worry about keeping our head down. When people are trying to keep their head down, they're usually not transferring weight onto their front foot very well. When you don't transfer your weight to your front foot, the club tends to pass you at the bottom of your swing too much, and the club is coming up as you hit the ball, and then you top it or you chunk it. So usually that beginning golfer is thinking they try to keep their head down, and it's tough because they've learned that usually from someone that has been playing golf longer than them, that they feel is a good golfer relative to them. And so they've kind of already decided you need to keep your head down. So
Right.
That's a point where sometimes we have a little bit of resistance even from newer golfers.
Right.
Right.
And the same thing for trying to lift the ball in the air, same concept there. Our brain, naturally, the ball is on the ground, we think, okay, we need to lift it in the air. So what happens then is more of a handsy army swing, which gets us into trouble.
Yeah, handsy and using your arms. And the whole thing, and it happens all the time, I will have worked with somebody for a while, and they say, I just can't get under it. And it's like, well, we're not trying to get under it. The ball is here, hit the ball, hit the turf. And I'll say it again, the golf ball is little, right? That's a little ball. There's a big ball.
We want to hit the little ball first.
Hit the little ball first, right? So what I would really just say, to not make this too long, is when you're trying to get better at golf, get your pre-swing fundamentals in order, which would be grip, alignment, ball position, and posture, especially grip and alignment, right? Mm-hmm. And realize that the more you practice with a good grip and good alignment, you're going to start to figure out how to swing the club, right? You will start to figure it out. You don't need every little thing explained to you that you're supposed to do, but you do want to practice aiming at the right place and holding the club in a way so you can square the club face up.
And
That's
remember,
for all golf.
we have this amazing supercomputer in our head that enables us to put all of those things together and eventually be able to hit the golf ball pretty well. But it does require a lot of practice.
Yeah, it does. So good concepts, a lot of practice, and understand like you're on this journey. You don't go from the starting line to the finish. You got to run the race.
Mhm.
And so if you have good pre-swing fundamentals, you'll be on that course.
Don't rush it.
Feel is not real. Thanks for watching.
We'll see you next time.